This video today is brought to you by the kind folks over at Razer. Hey there guys, what's going on? I'm West, I play guitar in a band called Neck Deep. And today I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes of a little video project we took on a couple of weeks ago for Halloween where we dressed up as Slipknot.
I felt the air rise up in me, kneel down and clear the stone of rage. I wander out where you can see inside the shadow I wait and bleed.
So originally, my Made with Blade video was meant to be a little bit different. It was going to be based on some of the video content that I've been producing for our production for live tours. But as you have probably guessed, we're not doing much live touring at the minute. That's why we decided for Halloween to do a live stream where we dress up as our alter egos, Slipneck, which is basically a really bad Slipknot cover band. I'm just going to jump over onto my Razer Blade Advanced 15 right now, then we'll get started. Let's go. Let's get into it then. To start off, it just starts with performing in front of a green screen, essentially. Obviously, we can't get together at the minute to practice or to play or to even film things. So we built a makeshift studio at Seb's house. We weren't in lockdown at the time. We maintained social distance and everything whilst we were there. And we just decided that it'd be easier for three of us to do it all in one day in one go. Use the same camera, same lighting, just makes the job easier at the other end. All it is, really, is just green in the background, 4 lights, light in the back, light in the front. Nothing too complicated. We shot both Neck Deep songs individually, and then we did a full take of the Slipneck set as one go. Next thing, you load it into After Effects, use the little effect called Key Light. You click this little eyedropper, click a green part of your background, and then this is what it looks like once you've done that. Green background disappears, and that then means that there's nothing there. It's transparent. So when you load this into Blender, which is the 3D software that I use, then drag this in, and then there's nothing in the background. Render this out, shot for every band member, then we take it into Blender. As you can see, it doesn't look very interesting at the moment. It's just 4 tubes, and then the logo. So as you can see, that looks pretty boring there right now. So if we switch to viewport shading, which previews all the materials being the textures and stuff that you see on the objects in the scene, it looks like this. So it's emissive now, and the floor is just reflective. So if we switch there to the rendered view, this is what you see in the video, essentially. So this is the scene. So as you can see, nothing too complicated. It's just trying to keep it nice and light so it doesn't take up too much, because the thing that slows everything down when you're doing a workflow like this is the video. So if I click the video part now, bang, we appear. And I'll switch back to material view just so you can see what it is. So it's still reflecting on the floor. Everything's reflective there, and then back to rendered view, and then look at that. Lovely. One thing you probably will notice, though, is if we go back to material view, there's a bottom half of the drum kit missing. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough green screen at Danny's house to cover the bottom part of the kit. So to get around that, we just put some pumpkins in. Fun fact, there's some extra pumpkins in the background. The reason they're there, once we rendered out mine, Seb and Sam's shot, we realised that the camera angle from here, you could see that there was a bottom half of the drum kit missing. Bit of an Easter egg, insider knowledge there. So now that we've built the digital set, it's time to start filming some stuff. So the way that you do that, and then click this little button called Show Overlays, it'll show you everything that's in the scene. So they are all cameras. So there's a camera for each band member, there's one wide camera, and then there's a camera at the very back here that you can see offsets and moves a little bit. That camera there is like the pan camera that you see that sways like side to side, and that's set to random, so it sways randomly. It's really easy to look through those cameras, so let's just go to camera view there. So there's mine, and then we switch to Danny's there, and then to Seb's there. So to just give you some idea how long this would take. For a scene like this, it took about 4 hours per camera to render out a shot. So we would render something out, and then if it didn't look good, we had to go back and wait another 4 hours, which, as you can imagine, is infuriating. There, let me show you the Slipneck parts. So there's the Slipneck set, same again with the logo. But if I hide the video footage, I can show you how I did the lighting. The lighting is synced to the audio, and that is through a plugin called Audviz. And the way that Audviz works is it analyzes the frequencies of an audio file. So in this case, the 17-minute set, the Slipneck set with the 2 Neck Deep songs, one either side, and then you can pick a frequency frequency range, and when you pick that range, it will let you select a property in Blender for it to animate between. So for instance, this middle main logo, if you hit go, when it hits a certain frequency, it flashes, and it's the same with the ones in the background. And the cool thing is you can set them to separate frequencies, so it's like a fully programmed light show without any of the work. Fine-tuning it is a bit difficult sometimes. Again, in terms of the time frame that we had to make it, it was as best as we could do, but I think it came out quite well. And then a lot of people said they liked the from Slipneck into telling stories. So it's just a long fade out here, and then just fades back into that. So you just export the video there, each shot from each camera, you export that out and you throw it into Premiere, which is what we'll have a look at next. So we're in Premiere, as you can see, but we'll get into that in a minute, because first I want to tell you all about my Razer Blade Advance 15. It's the best laptop I've ever had in my life. Let's go. So, let me tell you a bit about the laptop then. Razer Blade Advance 15, I've been using it for about a year now, so 12 months of solid use every day. Still as good now as the day that I got it. It's honestly the best computer I've ever had. So the model that I got sent is the OLED version, which is a 4K screen. It's also got a really, really good color accuracy. It's 100% on the DCI P3 scale, which is great when we're doing design stuff in Photoshop. 1 millisecond response time for gaming, and then 16.9 aspect ratio. It's touchscreen as well, and each display comes factory calibrated. Comes with an absolute beast of a graphics card as well, which is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Max Q. It's got 8 gig of DDR6 VRAM as well, which is just insane. Processor-wise, it's got strong Intel Core i7 with hyper-threading, which helps you just cut through anything and everything. It's a really, really, really good laptop. And we're back. Cheers to Razer for giving me the laptop. I've been using it pretty much for everything to do with Neck Deep for the past year or so. That goes from merch all the way to video shit like this to all the streaming stuff we've been doing earlier in the year. So greatly appreciate it. You're also watching me through the Razer Kaio webcam as well, which is also very nice. And you're listening to me through the Razer Siren Elite microphone. Big shout out to Razer. Thank you very, very much. Getting back into this. Yeah, this is just the assembly part. So footage that we got from Blender. What will happen now is that it renders out as single images, and one shot is 125 gigs. So you basically have to pre-compose everything in Premiere, render it out as a video, and then delete all of that footage because I wouldn't have any hard drive space on anything. So you do that, you get your MP4 file, and then you are good to go. So we're back in Premiere now. Everyone's on their own layer. There's a hidden one. It's all in sync anyway. And then when I wanted to cut a shot, I just cut a shot out the hidden layer, put it on that one, and then it'd go between like this. This is the fun part. This is the least stressful bit now. So it's just taking the footage and then making the video. The only hard part about this whole project, as I was saying before, is that it was 17 minutes long. That is essentially editing a 17-minute music video, and we had a week to get all the 3D shots and this done, and I wouldn't have got it done without the Razer Blade. So I hope some of you found that insightful. Maybe you learned a thing or two. I'm not really an expert at this. It's just something I've been learning on the side as well as being in the band. So yeah, it's just good to put some skills that I've learned to use, and maybe you picked up something along the way. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, shout out to Razer. Thank you very, very much for gifting us all of the supplies essentially to create this video and to carry on streaming online. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon. Hopefully on tour. Who knows? See you in a bit.